Alrighty, fellow travelers, welcome back to the Adventures of a Traveling Don and the holiday series here in Europe and the Irish travels that I'm currently on. Last time we were in, of course, the Middleton, doing the Jameson and Middleton Distillery experience. If you haven't watched that video, I'll leave a link in the description for that one in particular. But definitely, we are going west now to Western Ireland, and this is the first part of it. We're stopping here at the Rock of Cashel. So what's kind of cool about the Rock of Cashel is the fact that it has a history that dates all the way back to the 5th and 6th centuries with settlements up on this hill. But the castle castle/cathedral that you see behind me really kind of started in the 10th and 11th centuries. And then in the 13th century is when it became a cathedral. It's kind of cool because it's one of those unique things where if you look at it, there's actually ramparts of a castle still that are basically integrated into the cathedral. So we're going to go inside into the cathedral, so I'll show you an inside of what the ruins look like there. But it is kind of fascinating because you do have a mixture of castle and then cathedral built into it together. So it's a very unique experience. But anyway, let's go on inside. Alright, so this is the Cathedral of the Rock in the Rock of Cashel, and it's kind of cool. It's this goes back, I think, this particular one goes back to about the 12th century or 13th century. And it's a massive structure, but what's really cool is it's open to the sky. You know, it's a ruin. It's not a working cathedral, as per se, which kind of gives you what a cathedral looks like at the bare bones, without all the pomp and without the glass windows and things like that, you know, all that beautiful lighting. This kind of gives you the actual just pure nature of what a cathedral looks like underneath all that. And it's kind of cool. Like back here they have the looks like the tombs of probably archbishops and bishops that preached in this area. And I just love stuff like this. I've been to the one in Elgin in Scotland and a couple other dilapidated churches, and it's kind of cool to see what it looks like without all the extra nuances and stuff like that. So, a really cool part of the Rock of Cashel. So that was the Rock of Cashel, the first stop on this western tour of Ireland. Kind of a nice spot. It's not super huge, but it's worth just kind of like come up, get you good, broad, sweeping views of the area, including the countryside and the town of Cashel. And it's got some interesting history as well. So, but anyway, we're off to go grab a quick bite before heading to our Airbnb up near Ballinderry. So, onwards we go. James, what does the sheep say? Visit the Rock of Cashel. If you're looking for a place to come eat, try Ladyswell Restaurant here in Cashel. It's right in the town center. Great place to get a little cup of tea. And of course I've got my food. Oh yes, delicious looking.
Now, okay now?
Thank you. So I got the chicken goujon with a little green tea, so we're going to try this tea real quick. Perfect on a nice Irish chilly day when you're out there. And then now we're going to dig into this chicken goujon. Alright, so I got my chicken goujon, just basically deep battered fried chicken. It looks fantastic. Yeah, it is basically fried chicken. And it's got a like sweet chili sauce that goes with that. That's really good. That is really, really good. And of course, good old chips. Nothing better. So that was Lady Will's. That was absolutely fantastic. Nice chicken goujon. It's been a while since I've had that. Like, last time I was in Scotland when I had that last. But very good. Everything's homemade, fresh. Bakery's really good. We got some baked goods to take back to the Airbnb that we're staying at. Probably have my muffin tomorrow morning, but looking forward to that. But anyway, onwards to our place in Ballinderry and the Airbnb. See you there. All right, guys, so we've made it to Ballinderry. We're just outside of the town here at the Airbnb that we're going to be staying at. Connie is the one that owns this place, and it is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, the views by itself are amazing. It's right next to the lake. It's actually the River Shannon, but it's such a wide area that it's a loch or a lake out there, is what they call it. And it has broad sweeping views, nice little kind of like just front yard, sloped. It's got this little stone guard dog, which is really cool. And we'll go on, head on in. Yeah, what? Come on in here. This is the nice foyer.
I make it 4.
And your first thing to the left is, of course, the living room. So it's a sitting room with a nice little fireplace, which is fantastic. TV. And then right next to it, which is so far, I think, my personal favorite and everybody else's favorite, this is the conservatory here. This is kind of like a nice sunroom that you can just sit, relax, have your cup of coffee in the morning. Maybe, you know, have your breakfast here instead. And I figure even at night, this must be really nice if you have a clear sky. You can see out the windows, probably some stars in the background. So I'm sure it's pretty dark out here at nighttime. This is so far from the towns. And then you just come on down the hallway. You've got about 3 different bedrooms. You got the first one here in front, where Michael will be staying. He got the short straw, so he got the long straw, excuse me. So he won the derby of the own room. And then, of course, you have here the dining room and the kitchen, which is amazing. And what's cool is it actually has a washer and dryer, which not every place has. Almost every place I've been to has a washer, but they don't have a clothes dryer. But they do here. So very, very American. I love it. All right, and back down into the hallway, you've got about the main bathroom here, which is a rather nice spot. It's got a big old bathtub. And then you have the 2 main bedrooms. You have, of course, the master bedroom here with a broad sweeping view of the area. And then my room here that I was going to split with James, but it looks like he took the mattress and he's going into what is kind of like the kids' playroom, and he's putting the mattress out on there. I guess he didn't want to sleep next to me. Yeah, I guess I can snore a little bit. So, yeah, but yeah, it's a nice spot. Each room has its own little ensuite bathroom, so you're not sharing if you have to go to the toilet, nor are you waking people up going down the hall. So it's kind of a nice spot. But yeah, like I said, it wasn't all that much more price-wise than the place we were at just outside of Waterford. So I think maybe about 120 a night. So during the off season right now, it's pretty good. That is actually really good for 5 people. Amazing. So, all right. So I think we're just going to call it a day for tonight. But I will see you guys in the morning. All right. Bye. Alrighty, guys. Good morning. And as I promised you, I was going to have my muffin. So put a little bit of butter on there. This is from the Ladyswell bakery that we went to in Cashel. So. That's really good. It's a blackberry muffin. That's fantastic. That's a great way to go for a nice breakfast. That and a little bit of a cup of coffee. Good way to start the day on this west side of Ireland. All right, so we're going to stay local today, and then I'll probably hit the big stuff in the next couple of days. But today is just going to be kind of like the local area that I wanted to check out. So we'll go and do that. So just heading down the road towards the quay real quick to see if there's any way to get close towards the water. But I found a couple of cheeky little friends here. Beautiful, beautiful horses. Yeah, this whole area is just kind of like cottages, farmhouses, things like that, right along the lake. And oh, our friends are getting a little closer. Let's take a quick look. Hello, friends. How are you guys? Oh, you saw the camera come out and you were like, hey, I want to say hi. How are you? Oh, you guys are beautiful. My goodness. Ah, what lovely, magnificent creatures. All right, guys, I'll see you on my way back. All right, let's go see if we can find a way to the quay. All right, so this is Loch Derg, as they call it, it's technically part of the River Shannon, which kind of goes throughout a huge swath of this inland part of Western Ireland. But it's a pretty big, part of the river slash lake, as they call it. And it's so wide and spreads out, they call this part a lake because it does thin in into the smaller river on both ends going north and south. But, just a nice little area. So nice little walk down here. It's maybe about like 10 minutes just to get down here from where we're staying. But it's just a nice little spot. Figure I'd show you guys, and I wanted to see the lake myself. So, alrighty, onward to the next area. So behind me here, this is the Portumna Castle and the Gardens. It's a very, very beautiful area just on the north side of Loch Derg. And it's really nice. It's the house itself was built up in 1618, I believe it was, by the de Burgo family that initially came over to Ireland with King John back in the 12th century. They became, I believe, earls around the 16th century, late 16th century, and then they built this house in 1618. It actually burnt down in 1826, and there's like a bit of history. If you go inside, there's a lot of history about what happened, the history of the Burgo family, and how the line basically ended up ending through the female line, and they got married into the royal family, actually, if I remember correctly. But it was kind of really cool. It's a beautiful estate. The grounds are fantastic. The backside grounds reach all the way towards the lake. The front side grounds are amazing with the gates and kind of like the turrets. And then there's also a side area which has the kitchen gardens, which are very nice. They're actually live living gardens that they make all the fruits and or have a bunch of fruit trees, have a bunch of vegetables. Really, really kind of cool. It even has like this little maze in the middle. But yeah, I'll give you guys kind of like a view of it, and I hope you guys enjoy that. So we'll go ahead and give you that, and then on to the next place. right next to the Portumna Castle and Gardens. You just kind of head out to the side entrance, or side exit, and then you head towards, this is an old abbey that was, I think, from the 13th century. So it's about 800 years old, by the Cistercian monks that used to run the, it used to be just a small chapel, and then it was sold off to the Dominican order to turn into a full-on abbey in 1414. But it's kind of a nice little, cool little ruin. So, but yeah, just like a little small off the beaten path, but it's right next to the Portumna Castle. So definitely, when you're here, check this place out too. So after you explore Portumna Castle and it's a little chilly outside, come here to Rose Cafe. Just get this, get a nice hot chocolate, which is absolutely fantastic. Make it with hot steamed milk. So traditional style, not as sweet when I tried it. Yeah, it's not super sweet at all. You just got a nice cocoa flavor there with, of course, just it's not super light with the milk. Just kind of froths it up a bit. Really good hot chocolate. And then of course you have the soup as well. I got the vegetable soup for a nice cold day like this. Give you a little side of bread. Just dip it into that soup and oh, look at the steam just coming off that there. That is delicious soup. Carrot base among other things in there, but that is so good for a cold day. All right, guys, so that's it for today and the last 2 days. I hope you guys enjoyed the Rock of Cashel and, of course, Portumna Castle Gardens and all that kind of good stuff. So, and of course, the tour of the Airbnb, which is a beautiful spot. So anyway, we're here for a few more days. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so probably take it easy, get some editing in done, a lot of videos to catch up on. But before we leave, I'm gonna cheers you guys. I have a beer here we just got from the store that is our Killarney Brewing Company, south of here. It's their Devil's Hellas Lager. So we're gonna try this. Looks light, looks good. Got a little bit of a kind of like that Heineken style skunkiness, although not overpowering. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. It's just kind of a light beer. It's only like 4.5%, but not bad at all. But anyway, guys, sláinte to you guys. Cheers. And if you guys like the video, make sure you give us a like and a comment. Really helps the channel. And also click that subscribe button as well to follow along to more videos. So anyway, Travel Dons, I will see you guys in the next video as we get onwards to more of Western Ireland. In the meantime, peace out, guys, and have a good night. Bye.